It might come up during that lunch session.
We already started working without sharing our work. You hear me, Dr. Aaron?
Yes, it's good.
Okay, all right, so let's continue.
Please, Sagar, take a note of this one. We just to make it high priority, I would say. It is high priority. It's affecting sales, right?
Medium priority. Let's put it
medium priority.
High.
Okay, that we need to make sure that when item has a couple of lines in the sales order with complete shipment, that we do something to either to automatically release them at the same time, or schedule them at the same time, or give a warning to Armand, one way or the other. Okay. Now let us start with today's agenda. Today's agenda will be very light, but we will cover what we missed on the last couple of sessions. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So the first one here is about intercompany planning. This we did not cover. Okay. But we only showed you in the master plan itself. That we have downstream plan. And we link two plans together. We link it dynamics here to dynamic of SUF. We link it the static plan in DRG to the static plan in SUF through the intercompany downstream plans. Okay. Now we created a couple of orders yesterday on DRG. And if we go to the planned order, I hope they are still there. I didn't delete them. The orders are still there. One of the items of this order is the frame. Frame to 404. Okay. Now, if I go to company SUF, and run the master planning from SUF, I will run the dynamic plan, which is the last one that I ran here. This is not only for demo purpose, but it is a decision point that we need to conclude about how far we want to go into the master planning for this year. Okay, like for now, we stop only at creating the purchase order, the sales order. Okay, but even the sales order itself was controversial. Are we going to create it, or should we not link the intercompany planning and let the purchase order create it at the time it was first? Okay, so one or the other, you can choose between them.
So I don't think they're going to be doing anything with the system over there because they don't, first of all, they don't have people. Second, they don't have expertise to do it. So anything that we can do from our side that they don't have to do, that's the way we're going to have to go. So if we're firming our orders and that creates essentially orders on their side automatically,
yes,
that's the way to go.
Yes, we can do that, but I'm asking. Armando has an objection on that.
Only because if a frame is supplied by two companies, and we have to decide if we in depending on situation, if we can order it from Superior, but it has a default supplier, but sometimes we switch.
You're doing that because of the capacity of that supplier.
Capacity of the supplier, we need to balance what we're giving them. for example, it happens that, we're releasing, we first look at what we need to release here. And they happen to be all Trinaka. And I have one style, another style to release that is supplied by both of them. So I might as well give this to Superior because everything else is Trinaka, but the default is Trinaka. So if it's already doing the automatic purchase order, I didn't have the chance to give that to Superior.
So there's always gonna be a manual check that you can go in there. adjust.
Yeah.
He doesn't want
And
them to see the
other
order.
thing is, I didn't even want them to see it.
Oh, you don't want them to see the
The
initial order?
Trinaka,
Then we
I
don't
think
send
that-
it to them, we send it to the other company. That's his point.
Because they might go ahead and cut it.
Okay, but
They might go ahead, and meanwhile, I said, oh, no, this is not for you. And they will get upset too.
but
Khalid,
Mhm.
quick question. When the purchase proposals are given during the master planning for
the
frames,
okay, this one is failing now. The last time I ran it, maybe something changed. Okay, after I run the master planning in DRF, okay, now I have the frame as a plan purchase.
purchase or plan purchase,
Then I run the master planning. They have to be on sequence, by the way. So if we schedule the one for DRG to run at 8, okay, the one
then at 9.
9, okay.
let's say.
So then the master plan for SUF will create a sales order for
Understood.
Yeah.
I get that point.
Yes.
So same way, like, we are looking at running it in Trinaka and
yes,
so that
yes,
question is that if the planned purchase orders, that's going to be created in DRF, if you're allowed to review, you create a view for the planned purchase orders, review it, and take a decision like, these are the ones that are going to go to
Okay.
SUF, and these are the ones that are going to park for Trinaka, and then firm it. Will that make sense to you?
And firm it, and then that's the only time they see it.
That's the only time they see.
Yes.
How would you handle it? Because that
Yeah.
uses default for
It's
the
run-
item master for the frame.
You can change it in the planned purchase order.
If you can
In the
change it,
planning proposals, you have an option to switch the vendor. It will automatically propose, but you can change
to switch it to what?
Change the
the
vendor.
vendor.
Yes, I told them about that part.
Okay, then you can change the vendor before you.
And
press the button.
when you change the vendor and run the master planning again in post company, it will remove the plant order.
but this,
But he doesn't
Yeah.
want to change the vendor, he wants to split the order between the two vendors.
No, you can't split.
He can.
the order. You-
close it.
There's
Well, you
split function in the plan.
70% to Trinaka,
Yeah.
30% to Big Frame.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
There's
there's a
not-
split button there, yeah.
Yeah,
Did you see this screen before for let me go to the RF? Okay, that is the plan order. Okay, you have here a button to split and a button to group. So you can group and you can split.
So I split the order,
Hmm.
or say, I group the orders and say, like, these are for Trinaka,
Hmm.
and it will show me SUF as a vendor. I need to change the vendor on all those lines to Trinaka
Exactly.
and then firm it.
Yes.
So once I do that, then the purchase orders get created to Trinaka.
Yeah.
When you run the master planning in Trinaka, it will go and create the sales orders. in Trinaka.
Wait a minute.
Right.
I believe you don't. If you run the master planning again, it may replace it.
In the
It may replace it. So once you split, okay, you confirm it so that the next run will not.
Absolutely.
okay. Yeah.
That, see, basically what he's saying is like, no, I will split the orders to two companies.
Okay.
I don't want to release it to one company. So I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
that in this is basically a review form for Armando to check whether whatever the system is proposing is something that he's okay with. If he's not okay with, he can make changes to it, then firm it.
Okay.
When you say firm it,
Confirm it.
confirm it.
Yeah. After firm the purchase order.
So,
Confirm.
so in Decorous master planning, that is where I do my decision. This
Exactly.
goes to that, this goes.
Same here.
And then I finalized it. I go to intercompany and then choose Trinaka. They will now see only what I gave to them,
That's correct.
not the original one.
No, because
I already fixed it in the Decorous master planning.
did you? But after you fix it,
After I fix it,
After
I
you
run
fix it.
their master planning.
after you first it, did you firm it? or not?
That's what he says. He will confirm it
Confirm
here. Yeah, he'll
Okay.
confirm it here. So the purchase order gets created in DRF, and then he goes to Trinaka. Okay, now we need to time it in such a way that the Trinaka master planning happens.
We are
What
talking
is-
about two parts here. Okay?
What is confirmed here? I think I already created the purchase order.
Yes.
I firmed the purchase order.
Yes.
I posted.
Firm the planned order,
To become
Which-
a purchase.
and then the purchase order. When it's from master planning, it's auto anyway, auto confirmed. Okay. So now, why I have to stop here a little bit, because we are doing that only because there are two vendors that we will should do from. Okay. But if it's joint master planning, then it's everything happen automatically, and this planned order is a planned order at SU. Okay. Now assume that because of these two companies thing, you firm the planned order, okay, then you confirm the purchase order, which should happen. Now it's not master planning anymore.
Right.
Okay, because now it is this purchase order that will do things, delete automatically the first planned order, because now it is a purchase order that will make intercompany plan sales order
Right.
without master plan.
So we
Yeah.
don't
Should be
really
okay,
need to run.
Yeah.
That should be okay.
That's okay.
We don't really need to plan to
SUF and
to run the master planning of the superior.
You need it. Okay.
For
Need
I
it or
already
not.
I already posted from our.
Yes. The master planning intercompany help to overlook what will happen in the next couple of weeks, even before firming. And they will see the changes on a daily basis. They can plan ahead for the next couple of weeks. Okay. It is, you don't even need to firm this purchase order. Okay. This is a heads up, which is different than the this is confirmed purchase order. I want you to ship this stuff.
That's the issue.
exactly.
They are seeing it, the future. They might,
Yes.
meanwhile, I'm not giving it to them when I reach there.
It's gonna make that change, splitting it, and saying which vendor it's gonna go to. At that point, they're seeing the orders from 2 weeks.
Right.
But as long as everyone is educated, this is for your heads up. Never firm an order. Okay. We can even stop them from the ability to firm an order. That's control. Okay. This is a heads up. You will not firm an order. This can be changed. It is just our plan for the next week. If it's something good, we can do it. If you don't like it, then we will stop.
According to me, this is a nice to have color.
Yeah.
The way they're doing it today.
They are,
This is a
they
nice
are-
to have. They just want to give them visibility to
Yes.
these concrete orders
Yeah.
that they have to produce. Isn't it?
but these are longtime partners of Decorist,
They know.
and they see it.
Mhm.
They will make it. The thing there, they just talk to Angela. I already got this. I already think this. Because they're seeing it in the future.
It's up to you. I'm not
Yeah.
wanting anything. But what I'm saying
Yeah.
is we can stop anyone's ability from firming order except you and DRG purchase department.
Or you just stop them from being able to see it, and that information is more for you. or-
Exactly. We can do that that way.
We can only do those kind of things that they can see ahead of time if they're the only supplier.
We are 20 minutes,
For that
guys.
quick.
So let us move to the next step.
Okay,
If
go.
if we don't give them access to firm purchase orders, to the plant purchase order screen or plant, everything, just restrict them to
But that
sales
does
orders,
not
purchase
stop
order.
them from cutting.
No,
Right.
they will not
They're
see it.
not
Seeing
see
it,
They're not gonna see.
they
it.
don't need the
What if
the
we just
paperwork.
Didn't give them access to master planning at all. Then
They will
can't
not see
click
it
on it,
if you
can't
want.
They only see sales orders, purchase orders. They don't see it at all. They will not be aware of it.
That's what is the point of doing it yourself to know what's coming up for them, not really for them.
And
doing it
what
for them.
about the other company?
Renaka Spirit. Yeah.
And not the other selling
They
company.
don't make assumptions
Yeah,
by
the-
themselves.
I understand.
Selling company.
Not gonna give this-
DRUSA.
Why
Yes.
you going creating those plant orders in the system?
That's gonna be pretty
No, they
clear.
do plant orders on
Yes,
their side. not on
which
their
can be
side.
involved with the
On their
master
side, they're
planning.
still gonna do whatever they want.
Is it intercompany?
It's all manual.
DRUSA.
Those guys.
I thought
They're not
DRUSA
capable
was
of using
for,
computer
uh,
properly.
Yeah, I think that we need to stick to simple way,
or-
way, create a
Sales
purchase
order,
order.
purchase order,
Yeah,
nothing
you
else.
have 6 companies, okay?
Very, very
All what we're saying now, you understand how the intercompany master planning work, and you have 6 companies. Whatever status today, we can change next year, okay? So at least you have the information, how to use the intercompany master planning, how it will work. Use it for the company that you want for future, stop it as you want. But it work and it works beautifully. Okay? the other thing here, for the intercompany master planning, just for completeness. Now, I received that plan order. Okay, whether we are using intercompany master planning and it is a planned sales order, or because they get the sales order directly because someone can confirm a purchase order. One way or the other. Do you think that we should run master planning on SUF for their own purpose, regardless of the intercompany? Like, for example, they have this sales order for that frame, which require a production order, so we spawn the production.
No,
They're not gonna
they're
go
not gonna use
into
production
that
orders. Just
We-
sales orders, purchase orders, nothing else. Everything for them is pen and paper.
The last thing that we talked about in the last meeting, I know there was a lot of eating on the last meeting between you and them, okay? But the last thing is we will create production order from either from the sales order or from the master planning, and this production order will be 2 steps, just firm, then release at the end. Simple way to do it, so that after that the ship, which is also 2 steps, one click to deliver, then one click to invoice
That's fine.
for the sales order, and that will trigger sending the packing step to DRGLINK. This was the last
So-
status as I understand.
Yeah, so I remember the conversation. So
Yes.
we can do that as long as it's a simplified process for them that doesn't require anything extra. Let's put it this way.
Let me explain the steps, and you judge if it's simplified enough or not.
Okay,
Whether we are using planned order or the sales order come directly, that the only thing, 2 steps that they need to do is deliver, back slip, okay?
Okay.
Then invoice. Deliver is a must. If they go to the invoice right away, it will work, but it will not send back the backing slip information to DRGLINK.
no,
Okay, so this is why the delivery is out. Okay, for the production order, it's up to you, use it or not. But if they are going to use it, all what they need is, if they start from the planning order, they need to firm. Okay, if it will from both ways, it will have to be from the planning order, even without intercom. Okay, so they have to firm that production order, then they have to wrap it at the end. That is the two steps.
So with firming, can we automatically firm?
Yes, but we don't exactly.
So then who's gonna do that for Armando
Armando,
or?
That's something we have to discuss.
Right.
Do we have
I'm
Marcello
going.
and Frank doing that, or do we have Armando doing that for them?
Okay, well,
Armando has
Armando,
access to all the companies.
that's okay, but Armando has its own job already. He's not gonna be doing 6 other jobs on top of it.
But is Marcello and Frank capable of doing that from their side?
As I said, can we do it automatically?
If a
They,
sales
they- they-
order-
they don't care, they just wanna see the production orders, and from our perspective, that's only to handle the on-hand inventory, because you made it, you have quantity, you shipped it, you have your packing slip, and you invoice it.
Mhm.
Right, because you wanna have that flow,
Hmm?
right?
Yes,
Which parts of that flow can we automate so people don't have to touch it?
I told you the thing that they need to touch it.
Yes,
The 4 steps: 2 in production, 2 in sales.
right?
I already told you that. Okay?
And then RAF could be, I don't know, maybe they're scanning them into the trailer when they're loading it, or whatever else we wanna figure out there. Otherwise, you're gonna have someone that will have to go into this production order, select all production orders for today, and then therefore they must finish.
Yeah,
Do you think that
Otherwise, you
the
can't.
RAF operation is something that they don't want to do? Like, for example, if they produce 40 units of the 60 units, you don't think that they want to record that?
You know how they work right now, right? Pen and
They
paper.
will write that down on a piece of paper and give it to us.
Yeah. There's a piece of paper that he made.
And
a
then
note,
this
that
piece of
made
paper-
60. There you go.
In this paper paper, if they make 40 instead of 60, they will write in that piece of paper.
Yeah.
The same thing.
No, it's not, because they can take 2 seconds to write 40 and give it to the paper. They might have to do several clicks in the system to go and find everything.
And those are the people that have no idea about computers. They
Okay.
barely be able to use their cell phones.
I
So
think for
this is
phase
just
1, we
a-
should keep it like this and then see like,
Okay. Like I got the point. For example, in something like in receiving, we don't want to go one by one because 50 items we put them in and think, and one click we scan the location and we do it. That's a very time saving for me. I got it, but to not do one click, that's one I
No,
don't.
no, no,
One
so-
thing, yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can do it,
it's-
but as long as we're not making it too complicated for them, that's the point we're trying to make.
Okay,
So we'll limit their screen into the list of, I don't know, production orders, only what they need to see, quantity,
Yeah.
frame style, SKU. Highlight them all and report as finished.
Because what we
Pretty
don't want
much.
to end up happening is that they end up having to hire 5, 6 people to manage all this on their side.
if you like, we can ignore the production order totally.
Hold on one second,
No, but
before we
then
take
the
the decision.
quantities are not fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either you do an adjustment to bring the quantities into the stock,
Hmm.
to post a delivery, post a shipment.
Exactly,
Either you do an adjustment to bring the stock
Mhm.
into your inventory for
which is
posting,
also one click or couple click.
which is like,
They still
kind of
have
like,
to
the
do
way I see it is multiple clicks, because you have to select the particular items, enter that line, select the warehouse, select this, and
Or allow negative inventory, which is
I wouldn't go for it. I mean, I personally don't prefer negative inventory. It will just screw up your entire costing.
No, no, from the control perspective, with the production order, is much easier because you don't have essentially a creative accounting happening over there. Items appearing from thin air and so on and so forth.
Let me tell you something, like, see if that works for you, and if it is simple enough for this decision, because I know we have other things to discuss about.
yes.
Okay, we create a planned order, the MRP run, the master planning runs in DRF. You go into the planned proposals, see which ones are going to SUF, which ones you want to give it to Tanaka. You confirm it in DRF. You create a purchase order in DRF, right, to SUF and Tanaka, which will automatically trigger a sales order in SUF and Tanaka. Okay. This is again
Mm.
my thinking, right?
Mm.
And we will schedule a master planning that runs every day. After this is done,
Mm.
which will only launch your production work orders. So there is no manual creation of production orders in SUF for Tanaka. They have to just go and select the orders post draft. We'll do a backflush for everything, in terms of quantity consumption, routes if you want to handle it. Everything can be done as backflush. So all is on estimation. You get your output in stock, then you just need to ship it.
Done. Nice and simple. Yeah.
Okay, and if you like, if you don't care about the accuracy of the quantity, we finish 40 instead of 60. Okay, if you like this way, we can also automate this part, but it's just about the accuracy. The beauty of this solution is here. I know that we want to start small with SUF, but if we started the right direction into production order, maybe
I agree.
1 year from now or so we can expand.
Maybe, yes. If it works well and they like it and they want a bit more out of it, then.
Then
sure.
we can apply costing, we can apply all of this kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
then
we will
that
start-
makes sense.
The data from our start will not be accurate in any of the other area, like creating GL, creating costing or whatever. This will not happen in the first.
No.
Okay.
No.
So now let's go to the next one in our list. Delivery schedule, yes. I created an order for you on the fly yesterday. I hope it's already there. Okay. To show you how the delivery schedule will work with master planning. Okay. Account payable, yes. All purchase order. I think it is this one. Okay. So what happened here? I created this first line. Okay, and this is how we create the delivery schedule. Okay, and I put a quantity of 10 initially. Okay, after that, I went to the delivery schedule under the cell line. That was 10 initially. So I put 4 and 3 and 3. Okay, as you see, whenever that happens, you can put also the date. One will be delivered yesterday, okay, and the one will be on March 15 and one on April 15. That's my delivery schedule. After I talked to the vendor, he told me that that's what my ability. I can ship to you on this dates. Okay. Now, if you go back to your purchase order, you will see this symbol here on the left. Okay, that will tell you that all of these lines, and link it together, you will not be able to edit the first line. Okay, it's mute now. Okay, but as I told you, this started as 10. But if you edit any one of this line under it, okay, it will be reflected on the first line. See? So that is the meaning of the delivery schedule. Then after that, the only part that I want to test for our purpose is it going to be reflected accurately in the master planning? So when this item here, spring break 24,
Purchasing.
I don't think it's that.
this will be only 10 minutes part for the, but it is mainly not for, I gave her an idea about the delivery
Yeah,
schedule
yeah.
yesterday already,
Yeah, yeah.
but this is mainly not about to demonstrate the delivery schedule more than to reflect it in master plan.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here, do you want to say something?
No.
So here, if we go to a company DRF, and go to that item, you will find interesting things happening here. Okay, first, you will see, is that the same item?
SPRGDK 24.
Bank week is 24, yeah. Okay. Let me show it from, because the quantity, I think people are still ordering in the background. Quantity is bigger than what I thought. Okay. So let me go to this item from the net requirement, because I only see here the exclusion relevant to planning. I don't see the other background thing like existing purchase order in the system. Okay. This I will see it from the net requirement. So I go here from the net requirement. Okay. You will see here that is the new plan purchase order. Okay. But also you will see, if you scroll to the right, something called action message. Okay. And that is the funny part. I talked to you before about when I showed you the coverage group and the master plan. These two parts at the bottom, one of them called actions. What you can see, you can activate the postpone action, the cancel action, the delay action, the advance action. Also, the delays, the second part at the bottom. Do you remember anything?
No.
Okay, that's good.
So
Okay.
much to remember.
That's why I
Is very-
consider this as a reminder. Okay, refreshing of the memory. Okay, in that when you run the master planning, there is a section at the bottom in the coverage group and in the master plan called action. Okay, you can allow Dynamics. They send you action message when it sees something that can be changed when it's run the master plan. Okay,
That can be
changed.
changed.
Yeah, and this is why it's called action.
Action.
Delay, it is about something that you cannot change. The delay will happen
Okay,
anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's already delayed. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can do nothing. You cannot order more. The delay will happen anyway. Okay,
Yeah.
but
But
action
this one-
is something in your hand. Okay, it will suggest something to you, like increase the order quantity, decrease the order quantity, advance an order date, or postpone an order date. These are the actions that are allowed to you. Like what's happening here. And this is why I wanted to put it in real life. I gave you the theory. Okay, I know that the theory is not enough.
So,
but now,
so the spring in there, you've got 3 different dates.
exactly,
The schedule of
Mm.
that and the effect on which one.
you have 3 different dates. I realize that they are recognized from the net requirement. Okay, these 3 dates,
So now what is this?
that is the action message, which is actually
After
Really?
having that delivery schedule?
I created the delivery schedule. Okay,
Yeah.
so now I
You
have
created based on what the supplier told you.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Is it the delivery for this much only and this and the second
Exactly.
delivery? Okay.
So now I have a sales order in system
Yeah.
that will get a production order that will use this item.
That
And
is
I
using
also-
this item.
Yes,
Yeah.
and also I have this purchase order that I created now, which has this 3 delivery dates.
Right.
Now I run master plan.
Yeah.
Master planning will look at the whole view.
Yeah.
Okay. See our demand and then see a supply of using that delivery schedule, and I saw that it recognized the date of the delivery schedule.
Okay.
And that was the test that I was doing. It's not only the date of the line, but the delivery schedule date, all of them were recognized by the master plan.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then after that, I want to show you the next step.
There's
When
an
when
action.
Dynamics show this purchase order exists in the system, but it is not. It doesn't have enough quantity. Okay, the quantity is 16 units.
Yeah.
Dynamics want 50,000. Okay, she created the plan purchase order, but Dynamic, and that's why the action message show Dynamic does not run master planning in one pass. It runs it in 2 passes. The first pass, I calculate everything. That's my supply, my demand, match them day by day, especially it happens offline as a dynamic optimization. Then I suggest that on that day, from the supply of demand of that day, I create this plan order. And 2 weeks from the supply and demand, I will create another plan purchase order. Okay? Now that is the first pass. Then in the second pass, it goes back and look, okay, why I am creating that purchase order, plan purchase order on that day, when 2 days before, I have another purchase order that is step off. Okay, maybe instead of creating this one, this purchase guy instead will go to the existing purchase order and increase the quantity of it. Okay, instead of creating a new one. So that action will be an increased cost. Or it will suggest you to advance it by 2 days. Okay? No need to order that lead. Make it too early. Why is an action message? Why Dynamics does not take the action itself and fix it for you? Because in this case, for example, this delivery schedule may be for a reason. The vendor cannot advance it one day. If he can, he will do it from the beginning. So it will leave you to take the manual decision. Can I advance it and increase the quantity, or I can? In this case, I will not take the action and keep the blood pressure. That is a meaningful action, okay, which I'm showing to you here.
So you only have 2 option: postpone, cancel.
No, we have 4.
4.
Postpone, advance, increase, and decrease. And sometimes you will see 2 options at the same line.
Okay, so before we even go there, let's go back a little bit in time and mess things up. Shall we?
Okay, what do you want to miss?
Okay, your planned purchase order for your wonderful springs.
What? What do you want?
Okay, so this purchase order for spring. Perfect. Click on that, please.
Yes.
Okay, I want to change its confirmed delivery date and see how that affects the master plan.
Uh-huh.
You have 2 dates on the purchase line, which is your original delivery date and your confirmed delivery date. Right? So once you have your delivery date and you said it's March 30th, whatever, okay, that date will never change. It's set in stone essentially. If they need to adjust the date, they'll put it in the confirmed delivery date saying, hey, it's going to be the April the
When you
3rd.
say if they, you mean internal.
Purchasing department.
Okay.
Right? Purchasing department is talking to vendor says like, give me 3 days delay.
Mm.
It's gonna be, let's say, April the 2nd, the 3rd, whatever the delay is.
Okay.
They will put the new date on the confirmed delivery date for the purchase line. Will that affect the master planning? Because now it's 3 days out.
If they both confirm it date and it is delivery scheduled, logically, I would say it will take the delivery schedule. Okay, but I wouldn't confirm 100% unless I test it. Because now you are telling me after the delivery schedule is created, I make a change in the confirmation date.
That's right, that's
Okay.
the way this works, yeah.
after. Okay. I logically, if Microsoft take that confirmed date without the delivery schedule, I would be surprised because it doesn't make sense. You have this confirmed date should not override. How can it override the 3 days?
It should, it
Okay.
should, but that's your confirmed
Yes.
delivery date. That's your confirmed date from the
But-
vendor.
In the
It's not
situation, I don't see it will happen this way ever.
It happens all the time.
Okay, it can be. If you, how come you have delivery schedule with 3 dates, then you replace it with one?
No. The delivery schedule with 3 dates will have a delivery schedule with 3 confirmed dates. Then let's have a look at it.
In this one, if that's what you're talking about, you have only one date in the delivery schedule. You have, yes, you can keep your original date for the PO as is, you can keep the confirmed date as is, but in the delivery schedule, change the dates. Need to keep the original and the revised. Just change the dates.
Yeah, but you're doing that on the purchase line.
On the schedule, not in the original line.
That purchase
No.
line can get
No, you
split into
don't.
multiple dates.
Huh?
That purchase line will be split into multiple dates, that's why you have a delivery schedule.
Yes.
You can adjust that schedule at time, make 6 new dates, 7 new
All right,
dates.
okay, show it to me, please.
Yeah, you can do that here. But let me, can we finish this part?
Sure.
first?
Yeah,
That one?
okay.
Okay. Where we were here, the next requirement, yeah. As you see here in that action, okay, it tell you a couple of things. First, that the PO, the plan purchase order that it created, see this plan purchase order? Okay, Dynamics created, but at the same time, it tells you cancel it. Okay, so if you believe that what they are doing is correct and you should increase the PO, what you need to do here, you need to cancel that plan purchase. Okay, and on the purchase order itself, not the plan one, the existing one, it tell you postpone it, and it give you the recommended date for it. Okay, and that postponing from maybe April 10 to April 15. I don't think it includes the weekends. Okay,
What is the,
No, but hold on, your action date is 17th, postponement means 15th?
the action date is what?
delay 2 days?
It's delayed 2 days. Yes.
Requirement date.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would it go back 2 days instead of forward?
If it's postponed, then I would assume the date is gonna be like the 18th, 19th.
They went the wrong direction.
No, I don't think so. Okay, if you go back, this is a requirement, right?
So you have action over there, the date
Yes.
is 17th.
Yes, but this is a requirement. Okay, that's when I need it. That I believe was to go on from the PO date, not from the requirement date.
The PO date was 4/13.
I assume so. Let us double check. Sometimes 14, sometimes 11.
Business days, I guess, right?
No. That is the beauty of it. The whole thing that I was trying to show you here is delivery schedule with master planning. And as you see here, this February 29th has no meaning anymore because you are using delivery schedule. Okay? And the confirmed delivery date at the bottom also has no meaning anymore because we are using delivery schedule. What has meaning is under these 3 lines, what are the delivery schedule for each one of them. You will find one of them around February 13 or 14 or something like that.
That's gonna mess things up.
Okay. Okay.
That's good. Yeah, I'm serious because Armando does not change any of the delivery dates of any subcomponent.
Sarah
He couldn't,
wanted this yesterday, by the way.
right?
You remember? She wanted it. Okay, but let us discuss and then we can decide. When it's suggested the advanced of 2 days,
I'm not
You-
doing any of
Hmm?
it. No, it won't be Nietzsche. I'm not doing
This is
any of
gonna
it.
be more relevant to fabrics.
Yeah,
Yes.
Can be
Overseas,
fabric.
and have multiple
Yeah.
delivery dates for one large shipment.
yeah.
yes.
yeah,
But since no one from the purchase department here today,
Right.
Sarah's not here. okay, you will be the one who carry the master. Okay. So
That's why I said we need a thing to understand this
so
purchasing.
as you see here, we have three scheduled dates. The one that it recommend us to postpone is this one, April 13 by 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay. So back here to our this one here, it say postpone to April 17 by 2 days. Okay, and the planned order should be cancelled. Okay, I know some of the things that I'm saying here maybe look you are not comfortable with because it's something new. Okay, but if you look at it in the long run and see how it will enhance your work, you will see a value on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to, yeah,
And as I told
it
you,
has to happen. first.
after all of that happening here, you are still in full control. So you can go to this planned order. You can take the recommended action by Microsoft and do it by. You can ignore it and keep it showing a new planned order. You can merge. You can split. You can change the quantity. That is just to guide you. Then the control is in your hand. Okay. But some of the things that you are doing in today in your daily life, you may find that you are missing. Dynamic is reminding you about that. It will give you something that you overlook. Okay. Now let us go back to now the next point is from Jessica. I stopped you when you were talking, and we want to move. Yeah, the action message. You want to show me something? Good thing you
Okay, so
forgot.
if you go to the purchase order,
Purchase order. Okay. That is the purchase order.
okay, lines, where are the dates?
The delivery schedule.
Okay, so why don't we put for all three of them confirmed receipt date to, I don't know, May.
That's a good point. You know what? I have never tested that. But yes, we can test that.
I would assume it's
That
gonna
that,
work.
that may answer your question.
I would assume it's gonna work.
Yes. Very like. And then you have the 2 dates as you want.
Right? You see what I'm trying to do,
Yes,
right?
yes, and it's a very good point.
Okay.
Normally, I overlook this field, but now I understand why it's there.
Yeah, so they won't change the original date.
Yes, you want to do something
Right?
like
They
that.
want to keep it because they know exactly when this is supposed to have been come, and then maybe it got stuck at customs.
Yes.
If it's a fabric and it was there for 2 weeks, then they're gonna do confirmed date 2 weeks out when they have a solid date, and this is the date they're gonna
And should update the
pushing
master planning.
out us, and that should affect master
Yes,
planning.
the part that I have to test is when I run master planning again, which date it will take.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
The action message and is clear for you?
Not clear, but.
Not clear, but clear, but not clear.
Of what it wanted to do, but I didn't purchase.
Okay. Now let us go to the next
No,
one.
purchasing is not gonna be looking at it, right? Actually, no, they're gonna be looking at it filtered for the plant purchase orders. Because I keep forgetting that we have everything on one screen now.
The next one is the master planning parameter. We went into master planning parameter before, but because we went a question or discussion that we raised yesterday, I want to show you this.
So the fine trade agreement for master plan.
Yes.
How would that actually work?
That's what I want to show you here.
The
Okay.
which agreement?
Trade agreement.
Oh, trade
Because
agreement.
we don't have trade agreements with master planning right now.
But you have purchase.
Yeah, but
That's a trade agreement.
Yes,
If you
your purchase orders will
put
full trade agreement.
a couple of things that if you do, it will enhance your business. Okay. One of them is to put the lead time in the trade agreement. This is one thing will enhance your business. Okay. The second one, it is relevant to the question that Armando was talking about. Not the question, the discussion that we have in the last couple of days, including today. about I have two intercompany that I can order the frame from. Okay? For example, okay, same thing can happen with any other supplier. Okay, assume that you have any item that you order from two suppliers. Okay, and we have one main supplier either on the item master or in the item coverage.
Yeah.
Okay, we run the master plan. The first thing that will happen is it will choose this vendor that in the item master. Okay?
Yeah.
And that will be the default in the blend order. Yes, as I mentioned, Armando can take it and change it to another vendor, but why don't let Dynamics choose for us if we have two vendors? And that is the meaning of this area here. If you have the trade agreement, then you tell the dynamic, when you pick up one of them for us and put it in that blend order, you do it with one way, one of these two ways. One of them, choose using the lowest unit price. So if someone, the vendor, give it to me for $5, another one for $6, I will choose the $5 one. That is the meaning of it. The other one is minimum lead time. Okay, so even if the one that gave me $6 is higher price, but he will deliver to me in 2 days. Okay, then my methodology will be I prefer the shorter lead time and I will choose this vendor. This is the parameter that I want to show you whether you are going to use a trade agreement or not. If at any time you decide to use it, it's the option is
Gonna drop down again.
it's that's the draw.
Lowest unit price and what's the other option?
Minimum lead time.
Okay,
It's gonna be
Those are the two.
situational, it's like one or the other.
Hmm?
It's gonna be too situational. It's like-
Unfortunately, there is this in the default.
But yes, we prefer the lowest unit price, but sometimes you have to go on the lowest, the quickest, right? Because
Unfortunately, that this field that is not available on the coverage group.
yeah, because this is essentially a decision.
it's a decision.
Okay, yeah, they have a better pricing. I'm gonna pay more because I'm gonna receive it tomorrow.
Yeah,
I don't
because
have to
we've
wait
sent
2
too
weeks.
many orders to vendor A, there's no way they're gonna get it to us in time, we have to go to vendor B despite it being a higher price.
Just double check. Sometimes I have bad memory. I verified it is not in the coverage group. Let me verify that it's also not on the item master because I am aware that this is where the only it's one way or the other for everything. No, that's okay. It's only on the default master plan environment. Okay.
And it's for
Wait a
all
minute.
items.
Hmm?
So when you put that parameter in the master planning, it's for all items.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, because.
But let me check
first
the last
grouping would
one.
be better.
If
Huh?
it's around
First
parameter.
grouping would be better.
Yeah, we cannot, yeah, some of them we need the lead time, some of them we will need the, cheapest price.
Right, yeah.
But at least you can start with one of them.
Yeah.
Because if in case you have two vendors, okay, you don't want that to be the vendor of choice all the time. Okay. Let us go to the next one. Product nomenclature for configuration and for variant.
Oh, here we go again.
What? I showed you the one for the product configuration before. Okay. This one. When you go to the product information management, and this is okay. By the way, let us have it this way. In the CRP session, it is decision week. We are not brainstorming anymore. Like for example, when we talked about the SUF tier, that I would say we make a decision. We are done. We will proceed this way.
Yes.
Any open issues, I will send my notes, okay, at the end of the CRP. maybe on the weekend, about all the open issues. Everything should be closed, maybe 1 week max after the CRP. We are done. Okay,
So this is where I'm gonna throw a wrench into your
okay.
wonderful machine. Okay,
Mhm.
which I mentioned to Jerry this morning. We're running the sessions extremely lean. With a handful of people, I have one, Armando, on the floor, over here. Right, which means,
That's out of our hands.
I know, but we're looking at things like this. Very limited, and we're trying to kind of look, but it's still limited because you don't have other people providing feedback.
Totally agree.
Okay, same thing is with other sessions. Jerry is in one session, for example, supply chain, I'm not there to provide you my feedback, and vice versa. He's not here to provide his feedback, and so on and so forth. Which means for me, logically, I would lock myself in a room for a week after the CRP and rewatch all the sessions I wasn't part of. So I'm aware what happened in the other sessions, so I
yes,
can
you will do-
connect everything together.
Yes.
And then a week after, I could have meetings with everyone saying, hey, those are the topics we covered. Those are decisions, let's confirm everything and set everything in stone.
Mhm.
Logically.
2 weeks instead of 1 week like yours.
Okay, but it will not hurt you if we send this document to you maybe by next week.
We should have.
You will
like
not
1 week
reply to
before
us.
every day to say this is what open decisions we have. Because as of right now, I'm not sure when this happened, but as of right now, none of the decision points have made it to DevOps for us to see a complete and top list, right?
Yeah, we don't have a complete list. We don't have DevOps, nothing.
We
is
will.
updated, right?
Well,
But
that's
that
required.
requires time. Time we don't have during the CRP session because we're busy from morning to evening. You don't have to
This is why-
catch up on everything else.
After at the end of survey, we will update that. We send you a document. We update the DevOps. Then after that, you can also meet with the user. You have all of the updated points, but then you will finalize 2 weeks after. Okay, but 2 weeks after, we will finalize.
Right?
No open.
I see it as, for all the other modules, with the sales and finance and, I would say sales, procurement,
Finance is
Finance is
its
that's why I
own
took my
piece.
point.
I'm gonna have to go in there and rewatch them because I look at the decision they made and I said, no.
Finance are the two things that might need, probably 2 weeks for us to take decisions, but he's right, he's absolutely right, because, we are in the design phase now, we need to move to the next one, at least move it in an agile way that, procurement is done, sales is done, let's push it out in terms of the development that is required in that area. Let the team start doing the development as we finalize on production.
Cut off so that we know what's in our plate.
Of us pushing it through without having enough time to actually review everything properly is that things will change halfway through the development cycle.
Point taken.
Trying to avoid that.
We'll do that after the CRP. The 1 week after the CRP, first week we can keep it for the low hanging ones, procurement and sales. Move it aside and we take 2 weeks. After, so 11th to end of that month. By then, we need to complete the decisions.
Right. That's the
I
biggest
have
risk.
to
of-
check
yeah.
with Tarun. Tarun might jump and say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are leaving us?
5 minutes. bathroom break.
Okay. Not more.
Okay, anyway, so but we can discuss this specifically
Absolutely.
after.
We should bring that up during the lunch.
Uh,
Or
yeah.
at least there.
Yeah.
Really
What do you want?
emphasize the importance of that, right?
You want to stop here?
No.
No, it's just taking
Our minutes
Uh,
pause.
Yes, I know, but this part I want Armando for it. Maybe I will go
No,
to another.
so let's have a coffee. Let's have a
Yeah.
bathroom break for 5 minutes and then we'll
Yeah.
continue.
This part is where, when I start looking at it, this is what triggered this about the, we need to finalize and close all the open issues. This is one of them, for example, when you have the product configuration nomenclature and the product model nomenclature together, okay? It's better to have in your brain for now what nomenclature that you want and stick for it and don't change it from time to time. Because changing it from time to time can be very confusing.
No.
Okay.
We kind of follow that thought.
Yeah.
With the current system, trying to have all the brand new items that were set up in the system file
It's not the same
specific.
thing, Jack.
I know.
These products that he's referring to, your configuration itself.
Both of
One
them.
fits into the other.
That's what I will show after the meeting, but I want to be here. You define it in the product configuration.
Yeah.
So whenever it's created, it will give you something like CIS, which is the fabric name. Grade is something wrong that I put it deliberately wrong. If you have the fabric, you don't need to include the grade. But that to trigger you to update my setting and put your own. Okay. So now you have this configuration ID and separate number. When you define the nomenclature for the product itself, which are the variants that created by this configuration. Okay.
Auto generate.
Yes. Okay. You have also multiple choice. My choice is to use the product name and put the configuration ID itself at the end. That's my choice.
Our problem becomes the limited number of characters you put there, right?
They're not in the wrong. It's good enough, but it's not 100.
What is the limit?
I didn't check it, but I see that I have almost all 40 now.
40 characters. That's so if we took our longest configuration product, something that has a possible B, possible C, possible D, possible E. You add your legs, you add your foam, you add your body fabric, you add your studs to it.
And that's why you have to make choices between them.
You know, how do we condense that, right?
That's what I'm saying. You have to make choices for them. For example, if you have all of that, for example, you say, do I need the legs to be included? Okay.
Legs are easy to switch out. So if we have a packaged product that nobody claims this, they cancel the order, whatever the situation may be, all we have to do is make a small cut in the packaging, take the legs out, put a new leg in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that's easy to swap. Same with pillows.
No, I'm talking about the naming.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if we exclude the legs from the naming of the configuration, it's not going to stop us from later on saying that product doesn't matter which legs are in the box.
Mhm.
We can always replace it.
No, I'm
So the
talking.
naming itself, it doesn't need to include the legs in that scenario.
When I'm thinking about the naming, I'm thinking about it this way. What is the best combination that gives this product a unique name?
Right.
Okay, that's what you will make your brainstorming about. Okay, and the good thing is it's by month.
Correct.
Okay.
And, it then becomes, does it need to be human readable? Like how much of it?
Yes.
Right. So then making it human readable means you need more than 40 characters, you need more than 50 characters because all the configurations need to be applied.
But in reality, even without the nomenclature, anything goes more than 50 characters will be very good. Balsam in report in everything. And people will not even read this when it's that big, So I believe 50 characters would be reasonable. And I think it's maybe around that. Okay. But it is just something of this thing that need to be finalized.
I've given some thought to it as well, just to haven't really come to a final conclusion as to what we can set together.
Yeah, you mentioned to me that you played around with nomenclature already. Okay, so you can have coffee, guys.
If we like, let me take it.
I was also working with Shantan yesterday night. That's something to mention to you. He was, I was living in with he's preparing for that migration. The final one. This is not needed now, but for the final. On the final one, we will import open transaction.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was preparing open transaction for SO and PO. And he was asking me what is the open transaction that you want to. Our filter will be anything that not interest. Whether it's people, even if it's totally receipt, even if it's zero receipt. As long as not invoice, everything will be.
The thing with that as well is
Why is that?
If
I won't tell you.
nomenclatures change between A 2009 and D 365, we will need to create a mapping on every single table because your open transactions will contain items
Yes.
that would have changed to something else.
I'm not sure about this mapping because okay, that's a good point. And you are not talking about, we will import all of the non-discontinued, but
Right.
you are talking, if,
But if we rename half of those non-discontinued items because we want to standardize how we're naming things,
that's your problem. So not-
I know it's our problem, I'm just saying.
Let me rephrase. That is the problem of the person who is going to do that, not the one who is going to do that. Because my recommendation at that time, for every single export that reference to a master data that changes, you have to have a link in. For everyone, like you change the account number for GL, when every transaction that you are reporting, you have to link to that mapping table. Same thing for the item, same thing for everything.
And I know you're saying that that's on the export side, but we are involved with Shannon a lot in the export.
Yes, and this is why I rephrase my what I'm saying. It is the responsibility of the person who's doing that.
In this case, it's Shandon and we're guiding him along with it.
Yes. But Shandon,
He's not going to make up the names. We're going to provide that to him, but we're going to need his assistance with
yes, he should. I will have him on that. But for Shandon, his responsibility does not include two things. Okay, just to explain to us. One of them, cleaning of the data.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I agree.
The second one is things like he will not be able to grab without you provided for him. Like, for example, the intra-class student conversion. Okay. So let us start. I don't think that we need to Kumar here. Okay. So we mentioned about a couple of things. The first one, and that's for
What's the
Armando,
topic now?
nomenclature.
No, okay.
Okay, naming convention for naming your configuration and naming your variant product. Okay. So now I'm going to the 2404 so far, and I explained what we did in the nomenclature on this one. Okay, but let us take this one as an example. Okay, and then come on. What I have here is my nomenclature include body fabric, dash, body fabric grade, which I don't like, dash, body fabric type. I don't like it as well, and sequence number at the end. Okay, if I'm going to do it right, I would take, for example, body fabric is required. Okay, legs, although it's low priority, but it's better than the grid and type. Okay, motion, I would say motion is required in this case.
Motion, you have a separate item.
So this is where, okay, so first things first, let's compare sofa and a chair as an example.
Mhm.
Let's say I'm gonna do body fabric, toss cushion, foam type, leg type. Just to throw it in there. That doesn't have to be like that. I'm just throwing it in there.
This is per product model, so it doesn't matter if it's your shares will have their own nomenclature.
Yes.
No, but if you standardize it,
Yeah.
right? Let's say you're doing a chair that doesn't have a B with a toss cushion.
Right.
Okay, so you have a value missing. So you're gonna dash dash. You're
No,
skipping it.
You when you're building out the chair, you would skip that altogether, and it would just be dash your A, and you wouldn't
Yes.
have the B at
So
all.
then you're gonna have your fabric, your foam and your leg.
Your nomenclature is product specific,
The model
So it is
model specific.
example. 24 of what is in.
So 2404 sofa, as
Yeah.
soon as you configure it, your nomenclature is 2404 sofa dash Abacus gold dash fat A dash 23. That's an example of nomenclature.
Yes.
And you can keep going. Dash,
You keep going
soft
with any
foam,
single- any
dash,
attribute that's
green
selected,
leg.
Configure it, your output is, this is your item number.
Yeah.
For that configuration.
You can test that later on this week, Jerry. You can put a bunch of attributes that make it very big to check the maximum that you can use.
So this also feeds into how we show on hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is why I was saying certain attributes we might want to include, which we're not including today. Right now, all we're basing our on-hand inventory on is the body fabric. What if we wanted to include more attributes there to make it easier? to identify?
That is the decision that we need GR for.
Because if all we care about is the body fabric and everything else is replaceable, then
Then
we can distinguish two side-by-side products by just their body fabric. That's all we care about, then that's all we put in our nomenclature. But if we really need to know the exact foam that's in each of these products, the exact pillow that's in each of these products, the exact leg that's in each of these products, at a glance, then we need to include them all in the number.
because your on hand inventory will be, well, legs are replaceable, right? So this is why they're not including it, because you can resell the
fabric
product
and
by
legs
changing
because-
legs.
Tough question is just replace.
But
Oh,
yeah,
so now, what about bases? Because you can have, a-
But that's it. Well, or when I mean legs is the finish.
right,
Yeah, the color.
so let's say you had two sofas that had bases on them.
Yeah.
One you painted black, one you painted
It's the
espresso.
color.
They're both in the same color fabric. In the current system, we can say that we have two pieces in the same fabric.
Yeah.
We don't know what color the bases are.
That's just what I'm saying.
We
The
would
finish.
want to include that finish
The
in
finish,
here.
yeah.
So that we can say that these are two distinct
Yeah.
products and not both the same product.
so this is what
The
happens,
finish. Yeah.
okay? GR told,
Whether
GR
it's
will tell
legs,
you
whether it's king.
to sell it as is, and then there's replace the legs. How do you fix it? How do you fix your inventory? Because he just changed the legs on it.
It's a very
At
good point.
least-
If you include the color, your finished color, and we decide to take that leg out and put the leg in, it's a new item.
Your
Exactly.
inventory is wrong.
So then something like
And then
that,
you-
it may or may not make sense. to
And then
include.
the other thing is, when you look on hand, you're gonna have, let's say, 2404 sofa right now, you have 5 on hand. Because 5 of them have the same fabric. If you go into sub-component level, 5 lines. Not just one,
One each,
5
yeah.
lines, one each.
Because they have different configurations.
Yeah, but just one thing, just here, because I don't want you going
Okay.
forward to think into this direction always. Because even after you clean your model from 4,000 to 1,000, if you think in this direction in the future, you will bring it back to 10,000. If you think, for example, just changing the leg, make it a new model. Because this here, another alternative is to add the new leg as a selection that the customer can choose for if you want, and make it one model. Okay, just try to avoid making this way so that you bring it back to another 5,000 model in future. Okay. So for Armando, just to give you an idea about what you can put in the 2404 specifically, naming convention. These are what available to you. Any attribute, anything under the attribute can be part of the naming of that product. What you have now is the fabric type, the fabric grade, leg type, leg finish, mechanism, mattress type, foam type, fabric upgrade, customer group, body fabric, scrap quantity. Of course, you know the scrap. Wealth, if you are going to include that in your model, wealth fabric and fabric quantity, no, you will not use something like, or none of these. After that, dust cushion feather, if you want to include that. Okay, the foam item, if you want it soft, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, all of these, any one of these can be part of your. That is your available option. Okay, now let us go to the second part. This is the product of form.
Right, Armando's saying we don't care about the
No, that's fine, that's fine. There's a unrelated,
Yeah, okay.
make a
Just
note
that.
for form.
We
have an
can decide
attribute
that.
for soft, hard?
Okay,
Yeah, we can decide.
I think that's already there.
Right now, we're doing it to the name.
let me
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding the question.
That's fine. I'm gonna make a note.
let me
Okay.
move to the next one of the nomenclature. This nomenclature that I showed you here is what will be on the product configurator. So whenever a new configuration is created, it will carry that name. Okay, but now I will go to the other part, which whenever the configuration create a new variant, it give it a number. Okay, that number may be showing in the invoices or something like that. Okay, that is the number, the way that this number will be created. Before we start creating that, this part here is generic, available for any product use. Okay, so you can define many of them, then assign each one of them to the product.
I didn't.
Can there be one that's used for marketing and one that's used for like a UC code kind of thing?
One attached, an item can have only one attached to it. Okay,
I
So-
did that. Yes, please.
Okay, start from the beginning.
so I have two configurations that I created. This one is just to show you I didn't see a lot of value in it. Configuration name. The one that I created is configuration for products. Okay? The name and configuration that I use here is the product master number, which is in this case the 244 sofa.
Okay.
Dash, then the configuration ID, which already include all of the attributes of that. That's my choice.
Configuration ID is not, no particular
Yes,
configuration.
yes. Okay, that's my choice. Okay, I think this is the best one, but it's up to you.
So we would need to consider this when we're looking at the length of what the configuration.
Yes. Okay, but so far for what I use, it carry all of what I choose, which is fabric, grade, and type. Okay. On the name one, I just put the configuration ID, and I'm going to show you why. Now I want to show you where to set that onto the product, because this part is also new to you because it doesn't exist in 2009. In 2009, you don't have this, you don't have this. You only have equivalent to this which is your item master, equivalent to release product. Okay. Now, some of the configuration does not go into the release product. It go to the shared, the product and the product master are shared among companies. Release product is per company. Okay. So whenever you create a new product or product master, you put some stuff, including the nomenclature that will be shared among companies. So the name, if the same product is used between two companies, it will use the same nomenclature. Force it. You cannot choose that. Okay? Now, what is the difference? And this is why it may be confusing for you at the beginning, because sometimes you have an item like 2404 soap. You go to product and type 2404 soap, and you cannot find it. Okay? Because 2404 sofa is not a product. Okay? Fabric is a product, because fabric is a distinct item. Okay? Any configurable item, you will not find it under product. You will find it under product master. Okay? So you will go here to the product master, type 2404 sofa. You will find it under product master, and this is where the nomenclature of the item is linked. Okay? And
Fabric is a product.
uh, distinct product, yes. I don't think product like finished product.
No, no, that's
Yeah.
not what I meant.
Yeah.
There was also, we need to take a decision on whether the grades of fabric is going to be treated the way you do it today, because grade is a contribution.
Yeah, but your pricing
We
is
were
based on
thinking
it.
that That's something that can be done as an attribute of the product, if that's a possibility.
We are thinking about removing the 3 dimension that they are using them today because they have no value.
Do they have value? They use for pricing. Your upcharge is based on your grade.
Yeah, but it has no value as a dimension. As long as we have
As a
other ways,
dimension, absolutely.
as long as we have other ways of passing
We don't need to-
fabric's
yeah.
attributes to the
In the-
configurator to calculate the pricing, then absolutely we don't need it as a dimension.
Okay, you have a point. Okay, yeah. But in the new system, we will not use the dimension for upgrade. We will use the attribute itself. I show you in the pricing. Okay, but if you use it in the trade agreement, then you have a point.
They use it as a trade agreement.
Okay, but this is one of the open points that we haven't closed, and we will close in 2 weeks. Okay, are we going to use trade agreement at all in the new system, or you think that the pricing by customer that in the pricing model that we have should be enough? And because this one will allow you to charge the customer for the upgrade, even if he has a trade agreement.
That's fine.
Okay,
That's
so
one part, but what about the trade agreement could be in a month of May, we're gonna have promotion or
Yeah.
some kind of sales event, or maybe it's a special pricing just for that 1 month. That's your trade agreement. Let's say we're giving a discount to a customer for a month of September. That's your trade agreement.
Mhm.
We're gonna give a discount to someone if they buy more than 3 of a specific item. So you're not gonna ever get rid of the trade agreement because there will be per grade as well.
and in this case, and this is because as you see here, everything is connected.
Mhm.
And we even when we decide about point A, B, assuming point C is working this way, if you change it point C, the direction of our decision on it, it will affect point A and B that we decided on.
Yes.
Okay, so in this case here, for example, we decided yesterday or the day before that this 3-dimension have no value. Okay, we decided about that. Okay,
We have that discussion about it. There was no decision if we're gonna
I
remove
saw
it
that
or
there was,
not.
but regardless,
Because at that point,
Okay.
I would say, get the sales team over here, get you over here, and you want to make a decision? Absolutely, but
But-
then you need everybody here in the room.
when you mention this thing about trade agreement, okay, then we have to take into the background of our brain that the decision that we take about this 3-dimension is affected by this decision. So, for example, if the decision for the trade agreement after that, okay, we will make it on the item, not on any dimension. When we do other than promotion, it's covered by the price model. For promotion, can we do it by the product instead of by dimension? If that decision can be finalized, then we can finalize the decision about the dimension. If they say no, then we cannot finalize the decision about the dimension.
Just here's one simple question. Can we, if grade is not a dimension, can we say that a customer that orders a grade 28 fabric is going to be a set price? And that's their promotion, that's their trade agreement.
Okay, my only issue here, and this part is not finalized in our side, not your side here, because we don't know how much customization that we'll do in this area. Okay, if we have an easy way for mass complete, okay, because now you want to have a promotion.
No, trade agreement is.
The trade agreement.
I'm not talking about doing it through the agreement at all.
Sure.
I'm thinking about going
If
for
there's
price model.
other ways to do it, then it doesn't need to be a trade. Absolutely. But what we want to know is, I have a 24/4 sofa. Anytime Leon buys this 24/4 sofa and they select the grade 28 fabric, I will give them a special price.
Not from the trade agreement.
Okay.
It can be done from the price.
Where else will you get that?
Hmm?
Where else are you going to get that?
On the price model, on the product configuration.
So anytime somebody wants
They're
to,
bringing the customer.
It's available by customer by attribute.
okay, so now if grade was a dimension, can we do it through grade?
Yes. That's what you're doing that now in 2009.
We got kind of, because what we're doing right now in 2009 is we're only able to select one dimension across all trade agreements. Can't say that only this dimension is for the trade agreement.
Is it again?
So in the X 2009, we have 3 dimensions.
Mm.
When you're setting up your trade agreements, before we even enable trade agreements for them, we have to select which dimensions apply to those trade agreements. So if we have only one of them enabled today, we cannot enable the second one because that would require everything to have 2 dimensions.
I'm not sure about this enabling thing. First time I heard about
So
it.
your trade agreements.
Is that a
you can have-
customization?
You can
No,
go
there's just
different
nuance
standards.
of the standard out of the box.
I remember now what you are talking about. You are talking. You put it in the dimension. It's available for pricing.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
But as soon as you enable a second dimension available for pricing, that means everything before that becomes invalid, and you have to go back and add that dimension.
You have to permutate.
Yes.
You
Same
have
thing.
every single thing.
Same thing in 365. Okay,
Yes.
so then it still doesn't work the way we would want it to, because we're still doing all these workarounds today to get around them.
Mhm.
So it's not going to change if we did the same exact thing again. We're going to run into the same issue.
And this is why I'm more inclined, because it's more flexible to put the pricing on the price model without trade agreement. And if you are doing trade, my only concern is for promotion. When you want to have a promotion for 1 month, how long it will take you to go to all the model and add a price By the way, the pricing model has from to date.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
okay.
so hold on, because I'm gonna now throw a wrench into your thinking.
This is the second range. Remember that.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
quite a few of them coming your way. Okay. Sales-based price.
Yes, that's something that,
And
I thought
then
we
you
talked
trade,
about this
then you
available.
have your agreements and other stuff on top of it.
did we
You
not
cut-
do a sales-based price? in the current system?
I already showed you.
Yeah.
You have base
So
price.
what's the issue?
And then you have a price agreements on top of that.
No,
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what else sales team's gonna come up with.
I showed you the price model, guys. You have the base price and upcharges by attribute.
And then a trade agreement overrides all of that,
Like
If you use it.
if we use it, yeah.
If we use, yes.
Which in some scenarios it may be valid to do.
We'll have to do some test scenarios.
But it's still an open point so far, which means this is one of the two things that will finalize in 2 weeks, okay, after the CRP. Anyway, let us,
Give an example.
We need examples actually, so that we can try those in the system to take a decision.
Yeah.
That's something we
Okay.
can take decision.
I'm going to finalize the nomenclature, the third part of it. The third part in the product master, sorry, I want to show it to you. I showed you in the product master. I want to show it to you in a sales order how each one of them will look. Okay, so I created a sales order yesterday night, and I put I didn't actually create a new one. It's a continuation of the sales order that we used yesterday. Okay, we created this sales order and we added 3 items, the same. We added the same item.
Yeah, we had
Yes,
one with valid, one of them was duplicate.
yes,
Copy.
yes. Okay, I added to this one just to show you that's how it was working yesterday at that time. You see the product number. Okay, you see all of these dots at the end. Okay, that's because when we don't link that item to a main feature, Dynamics will take the default, and the default include all of the dimensions. And since the dimensions are blank, it's doing it this way. Now I link it to this product conf nomenclature that I showed you before. Okay, and you see how the naming is looking different now. No dots, it's just the product number and your configuration. Okay, this is one way of doing it. And at the same time, on the second nomenclature, I put it product number slash configuration name. By the way, the configuration ID is this part, which you will see in the nomenclature of the product configuration. But the configuration name itself, it's always like that. So it has no value. Okay? You built a product model for 2404 sofa. That this configuration name is 2404. That's it. Whatever name you give it to it, it will not be changed by the variant. So that the configuration name is not good. That the configuration ID, and it look good for me. Okay. The third line here, I'm using the same way for the product number, which is the configuration. Then I changed the name to have only the configuration ID, and it will look this way. I didn't put the configuration number, the product number at the beginning, because I found that it's already included in the configuration. Okay, so this the third part of the nomenclature. I hope who's going to take care of that? Not Armando. You. Okay. Even when you go live, you are the one who creating.
Okay, well, I know, but I'll give Armando and Rico our R&D department.
Who are the one who create them
They'll be the ones creating the items, so I'll give them, this is logic to follow,
for the configuration ID, and you are the one who will create the
the logic for it.
The one for the the one that I showed you for the nomenclature protocol. You
Right,
are the
the only part that I'm still a little uncertain about is the sequence number you got at the end. I know we talked about it, but you said because you don't want to reuse.
Yes.
But that's the thing, it's when we then bring this into a B2B portal, we would want this to be something that can be reused. Because at that point, they're going to link the configuration to a variant. And that's the part where I was still a little bit iffy about.
Okay, if you are happy with this part, just to give you my limitation here, okay? If you want to use it without seconds and you want to use the reuse, then you will not be able to use the priority model for the master planning and still match one production order to one sales line. It will group it. That is the only limitation that I have. But I'm struggling with the priority model now to attach the priority still. So still an open point of my side. But for you to know, if you want to reuse, then you cannot use the priority model and match one to one.
I'm only bringing this up because of the B2B portal.
Mm.
What they're going to do is they're going to create a variant out of the configuration that's selected. That needs to map to something that.
Wait a minute. This is not feasible.
No.
How many variants they will create, and they will keep it static at their site?
That's something I need to discuss with them.
Because that's not practical in this case. How many variants you need to create?
They need to associate it with something.
I was also surprised by your business model when I joined you. Yeah, because I created business model, product model for many other companies. You are different than anyone. Okay, any other company, let us say, auto company, okay, like General Motors, they making cars. Okay, whenever you buy a Toyota Camry, okay, there is a default model, basic option. That is the Toyota Camry. And when someone go and buy, I want to buy a Toyota Camry, it comes with the default model. I don't even need to configure it. I can go buy right away. The default model will come complete for me. Then the next step, I add options. Okay, whenever I add option, I can add, for example, auto. Okay, heating seats. Okay, the option that you can add are 5, 6. Will change the bill of material by 2, 3 items. But in your case, the option that you have, the first one alone include more than 2,000 items that can create different values.
Right.
This is why it's not feasible to do it this way. Okay. Now, let me also, since you raised the point, you also raised a concern for me. I tested, okay, myself, but so far so good. But I still a little bit skeptical. Let me show it to you. When you go to the product configuration, sorry, let us go to that sales order. Sales or no, let us go for the from the product configuration. It's available in the sales order, but only a developer can see the output on the background. If you have dev, you will have access to the environment. Okay. So now I will go here and show it to you from the configurator what happened, and the same thing happening on the sales order, I believe. Okay. When I go here to the product information management and do an export, there are chance that they will use the export, but I'm not sure if they will use the export or they will use the underlying thing. Okay. See what will happen when I do the export for this model. It will create that XML. What? what I'm doing. Let me not open the file. I want to open it in Notepad++. See how big is this file? 81K.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Kilobytes.
I'm going to open it in Notepad++. See how big is this file?
It's including every single variation.
Exactly. Okay, the table constraint. Retrieve the 1000 line of the fabric and put it in the Excel. Okay, and this is why I.
It's really good for something like Sonic, that they have all the options, right? But
Okay, this is why I needed to run that in test, and this was the main reason, if you remember, that I have to go and write the script myself to export all of the items for 2009 because I want to make a load test for that reason. Okay, I was afraid that in that case it may take a minute to load the sales order, but so far as you see, it was working good in the sales order. Okay, but saying that in Sana, when they run it, they will get under the table constraint all of your fabric that are in the system. Okay, and that will make it a huge model. This is something to before they deep dive both feet into the deep water without fathoming the depths of it, they need to check the feasibility first. Okay.
absolutely. We haven't finalized anything with how they're going to run things until we finalize how we're running things here. Right?
Yeah.
This is just the initial thoughts behind what.
Yes, but even with before finalizing anything, at least I'm not sure if they have a good study about your system. They are aware, for example, the first option include all of your fabric. Okay,
Yeah.
they are aware of it. Okay, that's good. Please. Hopefully they
One
are.
thing that we haven't really discussed is COMs. We don't want those to be shown on Sana's side, but we do need them shown on our side.
Let us. COM is the overall.
You want them.
Yeah. Okay.
That you group.
Right, but you exporting a product model from us, then you have all the COMs. I want them to show it on the website. Would we?
That's your ends. No.
Right, but we need them available for us here internally.
Then it was not anything that's a type of COM.
It's an exception. That we'll have to
You have to remove it.
thank you.
We have 4 points left and we have 20 minutes left. Okay, so let us go to the next one. Number of columns in model attribute. It's something that I overlooked when I was showing to you the product model. Okay, when you go here and click model and model properties. Okay, this was one yesterday. I changed it to 2. Okay, number of call, maximum number of call. Okay, and now if I go to the sales order, okay, create. I will not create. I can reconfigure this one right away, and I click the configure line. You will see here it doesn't come in one column, but it will come into 2 columns.
Your options.
Yes. If that is something more user friendly, whatever for you, that's your choice.
When you're tabbing through the options, it will go down.
I believe it will go down.
And then it will head back to the top.
Actually, this could be good.
This could be good if we put the
No. Those question?
no.
Okay.
That was what I was
No, no,
gonna
no.
suggest. You see how you have your debug stuff on the right? But can you control what's on the left, what's on the right? or
Yes,
is it
but the debug
automatic?
stuff is only for you. You will remove it after that from the customer.
Right, but I was thinking for customer service, it might be valuable for them. Because right now, what they're doing is, when they configure an item and we system tells them that this is the price, $250, but the customer said it was supposed to be $230. They're taking a pen and paper and they're writing down the calculation of how the price got calculated and saying, oh, the customer should have been right.
Do we have any,
So this is, so maybe like that,
so this wonderful copy screen that Microsoft designed, do we have any control of its design? Can I
Only
remove-
through
can I-
code
can I remove
customization.
all of this?
yeah, we
Or can I make this that big? I don't need this white space over here. All I need to see is this. Without
because you don't get a lot
scrolling
of
forth
room
and
for
back,
configuration.
I agree with you a little bit, but
right?
good luck with criticizing Microsoft. You are not going
No,
anywhere
no,
with
I'm
that.
just saying, is this configurable in any way or form or shape?
No, no.
Okay,
This part, if you, I don't even, the developer has much room to customize the, the MorphX.
I didn't even say customize it, just is it configurable so you can, I don't know, hide standard view configure select that in 24 or so, I can
Actually,
hide all of that.
It is the opposite. You can expand it.
Right, I don't want to expand it, I want to get rid of it,
Make the configuration section.
right?
Below.
Some of this
I
one,
do
I
think
agree
this
with you.
should be like the whole screen, if it's gonna be this many different breakouts of different widgets, right?
Like, okay,
This is horrifying to see what they've done with this design, this
Okay.
web design over all the forms and everything else. When you have that much to see and you scroll within it and then you scroll over there,
Because of that, two columns doesn't work.
right? It's unless you have, I don't know, 40-inch screen, you can't see half of the stuff on your screen.
okay.
What's gonna happen if someone tries to do this on a tablet or a phone?
That's the thing, right?
This is not the worst one. If you, like, I can live with this one, okay? But screen like this one here, supply, Schedule?
It's the same issue.
which is part of my point that I was going to show it to you today. Okay, item number spring.
Maybe decorating too far.
Yes, but it is one of my points that I was going to show to you today anyway. Okay, spring at clip 2. I think this is a good example. Yes. Okay. This is one of the screens that I don't like myself. Okay. I can live with the one that you hated, Jessica, but this one, you see, on a laptop, unless I'm working on a big screen, it's very hard to navigate. You can see this bottom part is very hard.
Yeah.
This is one of the things that
How would you even,
when the screen has 3 sections like that, on a laptop, it's hard to read very much.
Because you have a free scroll bar. Or like.
Yes.
it doesn't fit.
Yes.
You can't see the information.
Yes. But this is I will leave this one open because it's one of the points that I wanted to show you today.
Okay.
So because of that issue that we just brought up about screen real estate, two columns doesn't work.
Okay, so you prefer one.
Yeah.
But
Just because of the screen real estate, because we don't have room to start squeezing in multiple columns.
No, but
Okay.
we'll see what had when he added 2 columns, the pane became bigger.
No, your option just became smaller.
No,
Yes.
the pane became bigger.
I think Jessica's right. I think
The whole pane, it was like this. When he added the column, it became like that.
that's MorphX.
It actually did adjust itself. You fit more. The pane itself configured, pane actually became bigger.
And can we specify where options fall, which column?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then can we just
Yes.
put a bunch of dummy options and columns?
No.
3, 4, 5, 6.
No.
That way we have the whole window.
You will not specify. You will not specify the order in this screen. This screen, all what you can do in this column is 1 column or 2 columns. But the sequence and the grouping, you can specify on the user interface that I showed before. Do you remember the user interface? No. I'm not asking you.
Yeah, so when you, whatever does not fit at the bottom in there, will go to the second.
No, I'm talking about the
You
user
want it
interface.
once.
Do you remember the user interface?
No.
Okay. Are you going to review this recording after that? Okay.
Everything is just too fast.
I can show them after.
Okay. it will go into sequence so that we don't miss anything. Okay. Now I show you the number of column. I will show you the this screen first so that we can go to the next. This is one of the screen that you are going to use, Armand. Okay. And it's called product schedule. It gave you
Supply schedule.
yes, supply schedule. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. And it gave you an overview that you can customize for yourself how you want to see your supply schedule for the next periods. Okay. Here, for example, I define this schedule to be, let me go here, supply schedule again. Okay. I define couple of schedules. As you see here, this one's called, let's choose the product first. This one here, you choose the plan, by the way. And in this one, I define two templates. One say day, months, week. The other one is by months. Okay. The one is by months is I'm saying I want only to see the next 4 months. It will display one bucket for your supply schedule for every 1 month as one column of the next 4 months.
When you say supply schedule, what?
I will show you in the screen. Yeah?
What currently in inventory?
No,
Included what's coming.
it will give you three, you can simplify it this way, 3 pieces of information. What is in every one of these 4 months? What's your initial inventory?
Yeah.
What's happening in the middle? What is your end inventory results?
Happening in the middle is in process.
Happening in the middle mean I get sales order, I get purchase order for these quantities, okay? And that what will bring the 100 unit at the beginning of the inventory to be 50 units at the end of the inventory. That's what the meaning of what's happening in the middle. Okay, so that is the supply schedule here, and I have defined this one. For example, I want 4 months. Okay, whenever you create a new one here, this description here, you don't create it yourself. Okay, like if I choose week, okay, this one here is done by Microsoft. Don't update it. Okay, this number 4, it means some tickets that will be replaced. Okay, and you say create line. So what I have here is one for 4 months, one that will show you bucket in this way. I want to show the next 5 days, and I want to see the next 3 weeks. So one bucket will be for the next 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, whatever. One bucket will be for March, April, May. Okay. Then one bucket for week number 19, week number 20, week number 21. Okay, which are the next week, 3 weeks. That the template that here, you define the template that you want to see. What do you want to see? You can have this is you can have 1 month bucket, you can have 10 months bucket. That's your customization. Once you are done with that, I will change here to 2 months to be simpler. Okay, and hit OK. That's how it displays. And it will show you for this month, for example. By the way, this is one of the items that we worked with yesterday. Okay, when we created the sales order, and we have minimum max, if you remember. Okay, so we have 5,000 units. Okay, the end of your inventory at the end of the period, the end is 5,000. The starting was 0 for months of March. At that time, we have 0 on hand that we started with. This one is what will be used of today's inventory to cover for future months. It will not be this 7th unit, this biggest inventory for the future, and it will be used on the months of it. Okay, then it will give you the flow chart at the. It's a handy tool. Okay, if you think of any use of when you are. Okay.
Now, the purchasing, but
can I have this for all items?
It will be for all items.
No, it's by one. Right now, he's doing
Oh,
sprinklers.
yeah.
I doubt it.
How? How
Right.
can it be for all items?
Well,
I
different
doubt
formats of course, but this could be a good tool.
You are talking about committed quantity? You thinking about
That's
this?
it. I'm looking at the, yeah, that's one of the things. Because this kind of works good if you look specific items and even having it going backwards and look at consumption.
I don't think it go backward. It's only from today.
It's a
But
report.
I am not 100% sure because into your template, okay, there's something called start. There's something called start date. I haven't played with this one, but it
Okay.
may be possible.
I'm gonna look at it this way. I'm gonna give you that view for, let's say, one fabric, and I'll give you 12 months overview, starting from, let's say, January of last year all the way till now. A full consumption per month, and so on and so forth. Now, the sales teams would love it, purchasing department would love it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That would have to be Power BI, of course, not this. And then you could have it for all of the items, like some kind of analysis of the consumption.
You
versus
have-
what's required in the future.
You have already out of the box Power BI for the inventory status report. Unfortunately, we haven't configured Power BI for.
No,
Yeah.
it's a note for the future, right?
Yeah.
It's that kind of work might actually work for them.
So let me explain the screen first.
Go
You
ahead.
have your start inventory, you have your end inventory. Each one of this will be shown in every size bucket. You have biggest inventory, which I explained to you. That's what will happen in between. You have this each one of these three at the bottom, which is your minimum inventory, your demand, and your supply can be expanded. For example, if I go to the demand, I go to the number. Okay, okay. When I here, you see that what happening here. Okay, you will see that the expand button is not shown. Okay, but when I go to something that I can expand, it will show you the expand button, and then depending on the type of the line, you will see an additional explanation for it. The demand coming from production order, because it can come from a transfer order. It can come from a sales order. Okay, so if I go to that line and update planned order, it will take me directly to that planned order. Good enough?
I don't know how it's gonna be like independent. Somebody has to be working on this. Master plan. And how, because the way this is a tool for purchasing, not to be out of stock. But my main thing in here is to release what is in stock. Is it not?
That is the
Like,
point.
I'm not gonna be working on this.
That's what Jessica was saying. Not everyone in this room. Unfortunately, some people are not coming, but I will depend on the three of you to explain these things for the patient department who are not attending the meeting. Right? Or they can watch the recording. Okay. Now let us go to the next one. Order market. This is a point actually raised by Marty Junior yesterday, if you remember. He was talking about production order reservation, and you guys used the word reservation many times yesterday. Because you are making to order, you are not doing reservation. You are doing marking. And whenever a sales order like that,
Well, technically we do both, markings and reservations.
the reservation does not happen until the item is reserved.
Yes,
That's why it's marking until that.
yes.
So that's
So,
what I
so,
was saying
so
here.
from order perspective, we use reservations when girls, for example, wants to reserve specific imports for specific orders. Because otherwise it's first come, first served. But sometimes if they have low inventory and they say, I really have to have those 2 lamps for that customer, for that sales order, and then reserve it against it so nobody else can grab it. Then it's a reservation. But everything else is a market.
So here from the inventory, okay, marking, if there's a production order, again, it's that order, that is a sales order, that's your production order, you will be able to see the marking from this screen.
Yes.
Okay, so next point, intercompany on hand. Okay. Intercompany on hand, I'm going to show it to you from any one of these items, like the spring, for example. If I go to product information management, this is a very good tool. Maybe not for today, but definitely you will use it someday in future because you have intercompany. If I go to a release product and type something like maybe frame. And I go from the item, I can go to the manage inventory, on hand inventory, intercompany on hand.
This will be good for things like springs. Because springs is something that we'll store at Signet and then we'll sell to Tanaka, sell to Superior when they're short of stock.
The beauty,
Clips, sorry.
the spring, yeah, I'm trying to find a spring one here. Maybe I can use spring,
Spring clips.
but I'm not sure if we have in the current system any order for intercompany. Okay, but I'm just explaining because I don't think that we have anything on any other part. Okay, this is your normal on hand. By the way, dimension in 365. It's separate thing that you are not tailor the dimension from the personalized. You change it from here. You keep all of the dimension. You set your setup. So whenever you display the on hand, your dimension, because for example, if you don't include the location and this kind of thing, maybe the on hand will come in one line. But if you include the location and batch and whatever, it will spread to multiple lines. Okay. So now that is your normal on hand, and that is your intercompany on hand. Okay. If you, the beauty of this screen is it will give you global look at where is the on hand anywhere on the group, by company, by site, by warehouse, by location. Okay. Yeah. So maybe it will not have a big use as long as it's starting simple. Okay.
Yeah, but then we can, like, if they're doing an count of what they have on hand, and then we say, okay, somebody comes and looks at the screen saying, SUF is short, Tanaka is fine. We have a bunch of these spring clips. Let's sell the Superior frames to get them up to stock.
Okay. So you can use.
I believe.
Okay.
Right now, that's all being handled manually. They're going to go say, I'm out of spring clips. I'm going to take it from there. Because county does some creative accounting to get the sell it.
Okay. The last point I only added here because the original purpose of today's meeting was the engineering change plan. Okay, and I'm not going to show it to you now, but if I can show it to you if you want. I see the only feature, because you will not use engineering change management in full extent. You will not create an engineering company. You will not release this product after the engineering are done to the other company. You will not have acceptance criteria. That's a lot of work that I don't think that you are ready for it today. Okay, but there are simple features that you still can make use of it in the engineering change management and without all of these add-ons. Okay, that is the non-conformance orders. Okay, some customers come. I know that you are using that the return reason for that today, but some customers come and complain about something on 2404. Okay, you can create a non-conformance order. Okay, and in that non-conformance order, you have you can specify the category, the problem type, which can be filtered field to group later on. Okay, and you will enter in each one of them the type. Like for example, I created type in this environment. I called it squeaking. Okay, and then I after you create this order, you have many of this order. There's something called non-conformance report. When you run it, it will give you all of the non-conformance order, and you can filter by the type or something like that. Although that we will not implement change engineering change management, but this can be a simple feature that you can use.
So,
We will use non-conformance.
well, hold on. Okay, we don't have non-conformance orders right now in the current system. But what you do?
There's interest for it.
No. So they may be interested, but let me just finish. What you're talking about right now and the way this is being kind of utilized right now is your RMX.
I hear you. Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so this is where you have your categories, you have your problem type. We have a non-conformance report, which is an RMA report that essentially categorizes and bunches and groups things together and gives you a detail and then a summary saying you had in the month of September 12 factory repairs over and so on and so forth. So we have that, but that's essentially an RMA. And anything that's coming as a non-conformance
I am aware of the way you are doing it now.
is an
Okay.
RMA.
Yes, but you can keep using 2A. That's something available in the system. But what I'm saying is this one cover an area that's not covered by RMA at all.
So this is where I'm at. Can we?
Spot audits. Spot audit on the floor, factory audits.
And also something that the customer will keep and not retain, but just he issue the dealer himself, Leons, saying I'm getting some complaints from the customer. They are not returning. I'm getting some complaints from the customer about the game without returning.
So is there a specific form for it?
Yes, I can show it to you now, but it is 11:05. How do you want?
Just show
We
it.
have a whole session for.
Quality.
No, that's not part of the tune.
No, there is a session for quality, I think. This would be part of the quality session.
So then that will have to be included in the quality decision.
Yes.
What?
That's okay. That's just.
That's my telephone.
Yes, it is.
This is typically ties into the quality. You create a quality order from a quality order, you can have a non-conformance created. Because non-conformance itself will not block you. Unless you have a quality.
Okay, I can go, right?
Yes, you can.
That's it.
Sure.
This is not okay.
Then we follow non-conform. You need that.
We have the person right here.
What?
That's okay. We're gonna have a separate session for it. I just want to see
Okay.
the form and then we are done.
From the account receivable, I believe there's one from there. Okay.
Since we're going into a different topic, do you want to continue the recording and everything?
No, so non-conformance. This is still valid for what we're talking about. Like I said, I just want to see the form and then the details and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
do
trying
during
to
the
find it
quality
here.
session.
I remember. I forgot where it is for the from the sales order. Maybe on the sale line. I will find it to you later, but I can show it to you now. Then I will send you the link for the form after that. What I will show to you now is the non-conformance report here for the order that I created yesterday. That's the report. Okay.
You open a quality order, you create a non-conformance.
Quality, but the non-conformance can done without the quality order.
Okay,
Yeah.
typically like it won't tie your inventory.
Yeah, quality order has some prerequisites to create it.
Agreed.
Yeah. So this an example of what you have, and the screen is looking similar. But I believe, okay, it's called from the sales order somewhere. I have to find it in the menu. Okay, and that is the what you will fill in the screen. You have the non-conformance number. It's an order. Okay, and you have the type, internal or by customer. You have the problem type. This is a table behind where you can have your groups of problems. Squeaking, studs are not loose or something like that. You can have them grouped, okay? and the employee who actually created that non-conformance, the item number, the defective quantity unit, the date of the non-conformance. These are options that you have, if it's on the price or whatever. The reference for the sales order, if it's closed or still open, you can close it. The reference is quality order, okay, the reference number, and that way, if you are going to use quarantine order for it after, you, as Komar mentioned, you can link that to a quality order or to a quarantine. Okay, but let us start small. You can use it this way.
Okay.
Okay. That's a report itself, not the form itself. So you can have
Yeah.
100 pages of this, and as you see here in Dynamics, you can export it to any format that you want.
Okay.
Okay. That could conclude our week and conclude Komar journey, I would say.
I still have the confession.
Okay. And you can stop the recording now, Tarun or Sak.
Okay.
Josh,